2025.
Drum rolls.
Amazing.
Wow.
Just like yesterday when we had ABC
Oh my
2024.
God.
Amazing.
Finally.
Finally.
The long-awaited International Boys Conference 2025
He's
is
here.
Who is excited?
Who is excited? Who is excited? We are our people. Let's see the chat room.
Let's see you in the chat room.
Oh
Show
my
us some of the excitement. Let's see
God.
your excitement.
Oh
Use
my
your
God.
emojis. We are so excited.
Something I've been waiting for me myself. I've been waiting. I'm like,
it was coming too long, yeah.
oh my goodness.
Finally
we
it
are
is
here.
and we are so excited
Absolutely.
to be hosting again the International Boys Conference 2025. It is our pleasure
Oh yeah.
to welcome you.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
And yes, you.
Yes, you.
And yes,
Yes, you.
to the International Boys Conference 2025. We are excited. Kuchibuka, how are you feeling like a boy?
Oh
right
my
now?
God. I'm feeling like butterflies in my stomach.
You guys have butterflies in your stomach.
Right.
All right, we're so happy. Thank you. Please go to the chat room. Let us
Yeah,
know
I can see my people.
where you are
Hey,
joining us from.
where are you joining
Let
us
us
from?
know
Let
your
us
name
know.
and where you
You
are
are
joining
joining
us
us
from so that we
from.
can welcome you.
Absolutely.
All right, please use the chat room. We can see all your messages in the chat room. Let us know where you're joining us from.
Absolutely.
This is Coach Ruth,
Uh-huh.
popularly known
Uh-huh.
as the Queen of Boys.
And this
And
is
this
your
is-
one and only. One and only. Any other one is a counterfeit.
Say fake.
The king of boys
The
himself.
King of Boys.
Coach Ebuka,
One
all
and
the
only
way.
King of Boys. The only King of Boys
Oh my
raising
God.
kings.
Oh, yes.
It is our pleasure.
All right. We'll see
to
how
be
people joining
hosting you.
us.
Yes, let's see where you're joining us from. Someone from the UK. It is
Oh,
amazing to see you.
yeah.
Hello from Nottingham, UK. We are
Nottingham,
happy
I
to
can
see
see you.
All right, thank you for joining us from Ogun State.
Wow.
Thank you, Victor from Ilorin,
Glory.
Portsmouth, UK.
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
Jethro from
Abuja. See where I'm Abuja
Our
people.
Abuja salute. Isaac from UK. These UK people.
UK people.
Good luck from Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah.
The Kings from UK.
All right, we can see you.
Aneke from Abuja, FCT. Lola from Lokogoma.
Can see you. We can see you. We can see you.
Ofukocho Joshua from Benin City.
Oh yeah.
We see you and we are excited to have you
All
join
right.
us today. Moseto Oluwa from UK.
Are UK people?
Wow.
We can see you people.
Yoma.
Yoma. Yoma is here.
We see you. Livingstone from where now? I didn't get that. From Abuja.
Abuja.
Jethro Nathan from Abuja. Arere
Yeah.
Oluwa. We see you. Oluwa Timishola
Somebody
from
from
Kubwa.
Canada.
Wow. Welcome.
Chinemere from UK.
Welcome.
Avery. I can see
you.
Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Abuja.
It's our pleasure
Oh
to
my
see
goodness.
You are most welcome. Remy from UK. David from UK.
Something from
Ebuke.
Kaduna.
Oh wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Isaac and Jotan from UK.
Our people.
Our people. We see you. Kachi from Lagos.
Amazing.
You are most welcome.
You are most
King
welcome.
from Makodi. It's our pleasure to have
From
you here.
Mozambique. Somebody
Wow,
joining us from Mozambique.
That's
We
so
can
good.
see
That's so good.
you. Somebody
are
from
so
Benin,
happy
Port Harcourt.
To see you.
Just Manasseh, we can see you
Wow,
all.
wow.
Amazing.
It's amazing. And it's our pleasure and our honor
Absolutely.
to see you all today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hmm.
It promises to be an amazing
You know now, you know how we
conference.
have it.
This particular conference
You
is
know
packed.
now.
We have a lot of fun activities. Our speakers have so much stories they want
A
to
whole
tell
lot.
you that you will resonate with. And this year's conference is not just for the boys. We have a session for parents and, of course, a special session
For
for daddy.
fathers. For your daddy, say them tomorrow.
A special
Tomorrow.
session for your daddy. So tomorrow we're gonna have your daddies come up and we will have an amazing
Absolutely.
amazing time together. Welcome to the International Boys
Boys
Conference
Conference.
2025. We remain your host,
Oh, yes.
Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth,
We're
the
here.
one and only King and Queen of Boys.
And if your
are
friends have not
welcome.
joined, share this link with every parent or boy you know everywhere. We need to see 1,000 people watching us live. All our people from YouTube and Facebook can see you. Share link with every parent of boy you know now. All right, so go straight and take an impact story, and we'll be back shortly. So let's watch this impact.
I lost my dad when I was 9 months in the year 2001. My name is Kolaole David Dolapo. Before I met Coach Ebuka, I was this young boy that was open to the will of the community and the society. To me, anything goes. I was easily influenced by friends, neighbors, and the society at large. I went into smoking. I went into masturbation. In fact, I was taught masturbation through a close friend, a close neighbor, and I didn't see it as anything wrong. I just took it, well, this is life and we'll just carry on. After meeting Coach, I discovered that not everything goes. You have to be selective, you have to be knowledgeable to know what is right and what is wrong. It has been from one level to the other. Coach Ebuka opened me up to a system of accountability, and coming into the family, I discovered that I had other boys like me around, boys that were going through stuff and had stories to tell. I saw a family in each and every one of them, and I was able to build an accountability system also with them. Coach Ebuka gave me books to read, told me what to do. I could call him at any time of the day and ask him about each step I'm about to take. Coach Ebuka opened me up to an accountability system where I became more accountable to the things I do. He let me understand that life is not just to wake up, eat, and sleep again. Unlike before, where I was more open to social vices, I went into drugs and so many other things. Coach Ebuka let me understand that these things are not correct. And although I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And I really thank God for coming in contact with Coach Ebuka. Coach Ebuka made me feel this fatherhood in my life. Meeting Coach Ebuka, I could proudly say, yes, I have a father. And I really want to thank God for coming in contact with him. And to every boy out there, there is hope for you. There is a future for you. And the world is waiting to hear your story. We are kings. Let's not give up. I believe in myself. I believe in you. And I believe in every boy out there. Thank you very much.
You are welcome back. This is the International Boys Conference 2025. And once again, it is our pleasure to have you in this room with us. This is the room where you will learn lots of things that will change you and shift your mind perspective from where you are even to a better place. It is my pleasure to be taking you down this journey in 2025. Once again, we love you and we appreciate the fact that you're right here with us. You can also still go to the chat room and tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Remember that the International Boys Conference is a 3 days conference, all right? It starts today. We have the first session today and it continues tomorrow at 3 p.m. Your parents will be up to have their session, after which the fathers come up and then the boys have their session again tomorrow. And the grand finale of this program will be on Saturday at the Center for Women Development right here in the city of Abuja. Let's play a little game. Go to the chat room. Using the very first letter of your name, tell me something about yourself. Go to the chat room. Using the very first letter of your name, tell me something about yourself. So if your name is David, for example, you can say David Delighted, all right, or David Delightful. Whatever your name is, use the first letter of your name and tell me something about yourself. Oh, I see a talented right there. Oh, wow. Harry Rat Human. All right, I see that. Let me see more coming in the chat room. Use the first letter of your name and tell me something about yourself. Cordelia Calm. We see you, ma'am. Good to see you. A Adequate. That's what Astron. Good to see you. Super Samuel. Oh, Samuel is super. All right, let's see more. John is jovial. Amazing. Onyekachi is outstanding. I'm reading it. I'm looking at the comments coming in. Muna, best in the world. All right. Use the first letter of your name. That's a smart Solomon right there. All right, let me see them coming. Awesome and amazing Ayo Yuwaka. Amazing. Dedicated Yuma. Yuma. How? Tinu Olua is talented. Charismatic Ada. Use the first letter of your name to say something about yourself. Use the first letter of your name to say something about yourself. Emmanuel is excellent. And Yola is excellent. Arire is amazing. Darasimi is delightful. Oh, amazing. Confident. Cheesy is confident. Oh, wow. Israel is intelligent. Zikora Nachidi is zealous. Amazing. Praise is powerful. I love that. I love that. Obina is obedient. Emmanuel is excellent. Daniel is dedicated. Wow. Amazing. Livingstone is loving. Ooh, that sounds so good. Samuel is significant. The world needs Samuel. Moronike is marvelous. Robert is redeemed. Joel is Joel is a Joel. Amazing. Abimbola is articulate. El Hakim is excellent. Zim is full of zest. Jesse is justified. Ofu is obligated to be a king. I added that for you. David is dedicated. Amazing. David is dazzling. That is so good to see. Thank you so much for joining in my little game. All right. We're about to go in now into the very essence of this conference, into the very reason for this conference. Before we do that, let me tell you the reason why we're having this conference again. Because you are important. Because the boys are important. And the world has found a day to just look into the eyes of every boy and say to you, you are important. You matter. We need you. The world needs you. Without you, the world will not function properly. And that day that the world has found is May 16th of every year, which happens to be tomorrow. So tomorrow, Friday, May 16th, the world will be celebrating every boy right here. It is the World Day of the Boy Child. So the International Boys Conference has been put together to celebrate you, to give you a voice, to bring back your confidence, to let you know you are important, to speak smartness into your mind and let you live out the kingship that you carry. And to take us further in this conference, the very first person who's going to be breaking the grounds for us and bringing a word to you, our dear boy, is none other person but the founder of Save the Boys Initiative, in the person of Coach Ebuka Ede. This is a passionate man. Coach Ebuka is passionate. Coach Ebuka is vision-driven. Let me put it like this. Coach Ebuka is boys-driven. Everything about him is him wanting to see boys live out their purpose. And for 7 years down the road, he has consistently put together this program, spending so much money just to bring a word for you, the boys. And thank God for the testimonies we have everywhere, all over the world, of boys who catch something from conferences like this and whose mindset take a shift. And we are grateful for all of those testimonies. We have boys who are living out kingship as a result of the vision of this one man. To take us in the conference today, the opening session will be by no other person but this world famous boys coach in the person of Coach Ebuka. I implore you, get a writing material. You will learn a lot from all he has to say. Keep your heart open and make sure you don't just listen, you open your mind and take in the instructions that will cause a shift and a change in your life. Right now, the next voice you would hear is a voice telling us about Coach Ebuka. Make sure you get a thing or two. See you again. Ebuka Obika Ede is into boys development and youth mentoring. He does this through mentoring, coaching, and training them in life, leadership, and purpose. Also by acting as a parent partner. He sees to the total development of boys and advocates for their well-being. He has certificates in emotional intelligence, teens mentoring, and organizational leadership. He is a graduate of sociology with MSc in organizational leadership. He also has certificates in non-profit leadership management course from the Lagos Business School. For over a decade, he has taught boys, teenagers, and youth in unique, practical, and humorous ways to learn personal responsibility, breaking and overcoming addictions, and leadership. As a way of sharing his feedback from his experience, he convenes with his wife the Boys Leadership Academy, Mentoring Clubs for Boys, Project Reformation for Boys, and also convenes the annual International Boys Conference as a platform to train boys and men on how to live positive and productive lives. He is also the co-author of The Journey into Manhood, Puberty in Boys, Compendium for Boys, Body Safety for Boys, Purity Code for Boys, King's Meal for Boys, Journals for Boys, and Energy and Tantrum Control for Boys. They are all great resources for boys and young men. Ebuka is happily married to his partner, Ruth, and their union of 7 years is blessed with 2 biological daughters and many foster sons. Ebuka Ede, now speaking.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much again for joining us this year. We are going to have a most amazing experience. And I want to welcome the kings from all over the world. I'm super excited to take this first teaching at International Boys Conference 2025. I am the king of boys, the one and only, and I celebrate you for being here. And what is our topic? Please get your pen, get your jotters, get your journals, and let's talk. All right, I'm taking the topic, kings and priests. And I'm going to be talking about the mindset of a king. Wow. You know, some of you are tired of hearing me say this word, kings, kings, kings. And you're wondering, why this king? Is it that we're going to go to one place and have one throne and wear a crown and just be giving orders? You know, growing up, that's just what we thought that kingship was all about. You know, growing up as a young person, all I wanted to was just to succeed, achieve. Some of you just have good grades, just make mommy happy, just make people proud, you know, just live in a fine house. But as I started the impact journey, one word that kept coming was the word royalty, kingship. And as I went deeper on this journey, I wanted to understand, what is this about? What is kingship really about? What is royalty really about? What is this mindset really about? It's beyond just having one crown and being in one place. It's more than that. There is more to kingship. And I'm going to be breaking it down for you. What is this king's mindset? What is this mindset of royalty? What is it really about? I discovered that there was more. And the first thing I discovered on this journey, that kingship is first about alignment with yourself. Alignment with who you truly are. Those people that are in the academy, there's a poem we always, read at the academy in leadership course, talking about ourselves. Now, most of us are afraid of who we are really. Because some of the things God has said about you as a king, they look so big and unrealistic. But I'm here to tell you that beyond carrying that mindset, kingship is about alignment to who God has called you to be. Kings, you need to align. Aligning is agreeing. Aligning is saying yes. Because what I'm saying, if you don't believe, if you don't agree, if you don't come to terms with it, if it has not become a reality, if it has not been revealed to you, you can't become it. It's alignment with who you are. You are a king. Agree so that you can become. First thing I want you to write on your journals, on your jotter, is that kingship is about alignment. I'm not telling you to become what you are not called to be. I'm not telling you to become what you are not, but I'm telling you to align with what God has called you to be. If you begin to align with this, there are so many things in your life that won't just be there. It's agreeing, alignment. You can only become what you agree. You can only become what you behold. You can never become what you have not accepted, because your deliverance, your revelation first come by acceptance. So when I tell you boys in the academy, say with me, I am a king. I am a king. I want you to not just say, but to believe. Kingship is about alignment with yourself. What is the king's mindset? Number two, it's about being disciplined, even when there's an easier way to give up. So not just aligning, but staying, but believing, but ensuring that even if there's a better way to give up, even if there's another way to let go, but yet I'm saying, I will align. I will stay. It's about the discipline to stay, even when there are alternatives to give up. Kingship is about alignment. Kingship is about discipline. Kingship is about staying in your identity. Enough of a lot of indiscipline around the world, a lot of irresponsibility. I weep, I'm burdened when I see men not in their place of authority. When I see what is going on in our families and in our world, when I see young boys not in alignment, I am burdened, and I'll keep saying it until we evacuate the prisons, until we vacate the drug rehabilitation home with boys. Because that's not our place. You must align to who you are. You are listening to me, you are 6 years, align that you're a king. I say, it's about the discipline that even when there's an easier way to give up, I will stay. What is the king's mindset? It's about showing up with integrity even when no one is watching you. And I'm going to tell you a story. I shared this story this week in the academy. I want to tell you that story. Because when you have aligned, when you have understood, you will live in the reality of it. It's about standing for integrity even when no one is watching. Showing up with integrity even when no one is watching. Showing up with integrity even when no one is watching. That is number 3. I'll tell you that story, but let me give you number 4. It's about leading your own life even before trying to lead others. Are you writing that? I've told you what kingship is all about. All right? And I say first, it's about alignment with yourself, with who God has called you to be. It's about being disciplined, even when there's an easier way to give up. It's about showing up with integrity, even when no one is watching. It's about leading yourself, even before trying to lead others. The mindset, the courage, the identity, the discipline, the life of a king. Sons, you are a king. There's a calling over you. There's a mantle over you. There's a call over you. It's a higher calling. It's a call to discipline. It's a call to becoming. It's a call to responsibility. We can't continue living under. We can't continue living below what God has called us to be. Are you a king? Have you aligned with the identity? Have you aligned with the person that God has called you to be? I want to say this by sharing this story. I shared it in the academy this week. When I was working somewhere some times ago, and my boss was one of the pastor's wife in that organization. And you know what it means to take authority from your pastor's wife, who is also your boss. And it came to a time where we had to take a stand for who we are. I was teaching in a school, a top school, and it was time for exam. And I was shocked that my pastor's wife called the teachers, one of the pastor's wife in the church, where I was working sometime, a long time ago, in a different state, not where I was living. I went to do a work there and asked us that we're going to tell the students the answers during a major national exam. Wow. And I stood before that woman that day, and I asked myself, should I obey my pastor's wife or should I obey God? Because as a king, there are times where the true test of your integrity will come. And I had to look at one of my pastor's wife before me, who was my boss, looked at other staff around me, and I had to make a decision. It was a moment to make a life-changing decision, to tell others that my faith, my bold declaration, everything I've been showing everybody in that school, was it really true? It was a time for one person against over 20 people. I looked up, I looked down, and I told myself, I'd rather die a coward. I'd rather die fighting than live as a coward. And I looked right at my boss and I said, I can't do this. I'm a child of light. I know where I'm coming from. And I can't forget that statement. You mean I'm going to go to hell? Oh, you mean I don't know God? You mean I'm not going to go to heaven? I said, it's not about that. It's about integrity. It's about light. It's about the understanding of who I am. I know the next thing they said, oh, you're not going to collect the package. I'm going to give some money. You will miss the money. It's not about that. It's about the legacy. It's about a future. It's about laying a path for people to follow. I'll share another story with you. I can't forget that. I said kingship is about alignment. Kings, are you listening to me? I was writing an exam one time. And in that exam hall, a pregnant woman was seated beside me, heavily pregnant. She was almost looking due for delivery. I know how difficult it would have been for her to prepare for exams at that time. And I can't forget her words. She said, my son, please help me in the exam hall. She needed me to show her my answers. I looked at her. Pregnant, heavily pregnant. There was every reason to help her because she's vulnerable. Maybe she didn't have time to read. Let me tell you, when it's time to compromise, there's every reason why you should. If you want to compromise today and do the wrong thing, there are a million reasons why you should. There may just be one reason why you shouldn't. But that one supersedes every other reason why you should compromise. And I turned and I said, God, I'd rather obey you than have the applause of men. I didn't say a word to her. After the exam, he met me and said, you didn't show me. I said, I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. Sheep. I had still learning about my call as a young man. She said, okay, that was fine. But guess what happened? On the day of our graduation, this woman walked up to me and said, I want to take pictures with you. I want to show my children and my children's children that we still have men of integrity in this world. I said, what? What if I gave her the answers because she's pregnant or because she was vulnerable? What if I lowered the guard because she's vulnerable? Would I have had such a testimony? Kingship is about alignment with who you are. It's about alignment. God has called you a kings and priests. Align. Kings from Australia, from Canada, from US, from Germany, from UK, from Nigeria. Align with your calling. It's about alignment. It's about being disciplined even when there's other ways to give up. It's about showing up with integrity even when no one is watching. It's about leading your own life before leading others. Are you leading your life before leading others? Are you showing yourself the pathway even before leading others? I'll share with you 6 things that shows the attributes, that shows a life with the mindset of a king. And I'm sharing this with you from my personal experiences, from my journey of growth, from my journey of personal development. How did I get here? How did I get to this point where I can walk with audacity, with my head high, knowing who I am, knowing my place, knowing my stand, walking through any door, standing against any darkness, resisting every barrier to growth, shunning every evil. I've had offers in millions to compromise, to lower my standard, to do things that are not aligning with purpose. What did I do? How did I get to this point where I'm able to tell others, no, this is who I am? How did I build to this? I'll share with you 6 things that are done on this journey and how you can build this to have the mindset and the life of a king. Number 1, right? Own your process. Write it. Whether you are 6 years old, whether you are 10, whether you are 19 listening to me, tell yourself this hard truth, kings. Young man, own your process. Nobody owes you anything. Own your process. Stop blaming anybody. It's because I'm in the UK, that's why I'm bad. It's because we're in Canada, that's why I'm useless. It's because we're in Germany, that's why I dress like a rascal. It's about your process and not your environment. Own your process. No self-excuses. It's about self-leadership. I say to you, kings, stop outsourcing responsibility. A king is not one that outsources responsibility, blaming everybody, looking for anybody that will do things for them other than themselves. You can go to that mall and take that. You can walk down the road and buy that thing. Stop outsourcing responsibility. You can walk to your school if possible. You can wake up at 5. You must not go late to school. They don't need to wake you. Don't outsource responsibility. Stop blaming people. I was somewhere recently, and my friend was telling me about a boy who they have been trying to help deep in drugs. He said because his mother had him out of wedlock when she was 16. And so the mother is now married to another man. He said, that's why I'm useless now. Didn't you see that they abandoned me? And my parents left me. Now they denied me. Own your process. You're not the only person that was born out of wedlock. You're not the only person whose mother is late or whose parents are late. I'm just coming from a program, and a young man spoke in that. It's a big program. And he said, I lost my both parents at 6. They died in an accident. But I owned my process. I chose to become. All these things that we are abroad, that's why our life is messed up. Why? Own your process. Stop blaming authorities. Stop blaming your environment. Oh, our school, everybody is bad. Everybody is bad. All the boys in my class are bad. You have to come to that place of ownership. I own my process. You know my story? I've walked in this life. I've gone through pain. I've served. There were times in my life where I served people as what you call house help. I don't look like where I'm coming from. I own my process. If you hear my story, there will be every reason for me to mess up my life. But I own my process. Sometimes I share my story and people are crying and say, you are here? I've never even had the opportunity to go to a private school in my life. I own my process. I told myself in secondary school, my children will see my results. I'll not come back to repeat any exam. I own my process. Stop blaming people. I didn't get here by chance. I didn't get here waiting for my parents to carry me. We have boys that they are still carrying. You can't go and write exam, they have to follow you. If they don't wake you to read and force you, then you will not read. Own your process. Number 2, are you writing? Think beyond the moment. Kai. Kings, let me tell you, there are no quick wins in life. Anybody who has a quick win never gets satisfied. Quick wins are never satisfying. Never. Quick wins are never satisfying. There is no quick win. Quick wins are never satisfying. They are momentary pleasures. If you don't go through the process, you can't sustain the success. If you don't go through the process, you can't sustain the success. Your ability to sustain the success is the process you went through. Think beyond the moment. Let me tell you something I wrote down. I had to come to a point where I was living my life and say, it's not about what I'm achieving, what I want to achieve. It's about what I want to become. Owning your process, thinking beyond the moment, meaning you're not just living to achieve, you are living to become. No quick wins. Not just living to take first in class, not to take first position. And yet, in the next 20 years, you cannot see any tangible thing about your life. You're not owning corporation. You're not inventing, yet you took first. It's not about achievement. It's about who you become. If there's one thing I want to take out from here, live beyond just achieving. Start living to become. Who do you become? The king that you have been called to be. Growth is learned. You learn growth. You don't just pick growth on the road. I went through pain to grow. As a teenager, I was working. My mates were saving to buy phones. That was when phone came out newly in Nigeria. I was saving to buy books. And in 2 years, I had over 20 translations of the Bible and over 50 books I bought with my money. I had to live my life one step at a time. I came to that point where I told myself, I'm not just thinking at the nazit. So when they see you, they know you're a teenager. Any money you're saving is to buy shoe, is to buy this. When will you start living beyond the moment? I told myself I want to read that in the next 10 years, when I speak and my mates speak, there'll be a clear difference. I chose to live beyond that time as a child. Oh, you think it's play PS4, play game, do this. When will you start thinking of inventions? I was researching about some people that make great inventions. They live beyond the moment. Benjamin Franklin, at 11, invented the swimming flippers. At 11, Benjamin Franklin invented swimming flippers. At 11, he became a renowned scientist, inventor, and statesman. Known for his work on electricity. At 11, you are only playing Roblox on 100 gaming platforms. You are living in just the moment. Think. Live beyond the moment. Live beyond 10 years old. See 30 years old. See 40 years old. See 50 years old. That we align the decisions and the steps you take. As a teenager, I was having 20 translations of the Bible, 50 books bought with my money as a teenager. At 16, I live beyond my moments. Number 3, face your fear with courage. When I'm telling you we come with fears, let me tell you that on this journey, King, I won't tell you don't be afraid. Because there are some steps you have to do, you have to take. Some of them are scary, but you face it with courage. You know what it means for me to tell one of my pastors that I look to her face and say, I'm not going to cheat. I'm saying no to your money. I was afraid, but I was courageous. Courage is not the absence of fear. No. Confidence is not the lack of fear. And it's not weakness to be afraid, but it's weakness to remain in fear and not take steps. It's not. It may scare you, but it's okay. Take a leap. 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 Don't let fear lead you. Don't let fear lead you. Some of you have not become what you're supposed to be because you're afraid. What would they say? How will I become? Hey, how can I read 10 books in a month? Hey, how can I? Hey, they're reading 10 books. How? Face your fear with courage. Go to that boy in your school tomorrow talking to you about pornography. Face him with courage. I said, never. No. I'll share a story with you. One of my boys in the academy went to school. And one of these hostel in the boarding house brought a phone and was watching pornography in the night. And we'll call all of them together. So he sent me a mail and said, Coach, this happened in my hostel, in my dormitory, but I said, I don't join them. I said, what do you do when they watch it? I said, I just sit down on my bed. I said, that is cowardice. You don't sit down when your destiny is being decided. I said, very soon they will force you to watch it. I said, get back to that school and tell them that they can't watch that in your room and report them and insist that that is never done again. Confidence is not seeing people doing it and say you're not joining them. It's to be bold to challenge darkness. Why do you have boys who are just seated and looking? Face your fear with courage. Somebody sit there and tell you that LGBT is normal. Everybody is doing it. And you are looking and smiling. A boy in the academy told me, he was in the UK also, that they are doing this month they call Halloween. And they were coming to teach them witches and wizards as the topic. He said, excuse me, this does not align with my value. Can I be excused from the class? And they say, yes, you can be excused. Some of you will die in cowardice. Let me not talk so that they will not be against your values, against your principles, against your kingship. And people say, do it afraid. I've left the head of doing it afraid. I'll do it anyway. Face your fear with courage. Number 4, protect your energy like a kingdom. Write it down. Protect your energy like a kingdom. See, I want to read the conference. Some of you, anything goes. Kingship. A king, anything doesn't go. Can you access any king anyhow? Can you just walk to any palace and say, I want to see the king of England? Who are you? So why should people have access to your life anyhow? Why is everybody your friend? Why are you having 100 game partners? Why? Protect your energy. Don't say yes to everything. Kings don't say yes to everything. No. Protect your space. Protect your mental space. I was in a gym. And one of the instructors was saying things that we are not aligning with my purpose. I said, I can't be here. You can't be my instructor. You can't be saying rubbish. I told people in the academy a story about my friend who always come around and be saying dirty things. I'll just be smiling as a teenager, at 14 or 15. Until one day he sent me a dirty video. And God said, yes, you allowed it now. Whenever he's saying bad things, you laugh and smile. Protect your mental space. Somebody comes to your school with magazine that they're showing naked pictures. You really see your friend. Why? Somebody keeps saying things that hurt you, things that are not aligned with your value. And you say, so that they will not say, so that they will let them say, protect your energy like a kingdom. Guard it. Take away negative energy from your life. Let me say this to you. Surround yourself with people that will recharge you, not those that will drain you. People that will recharge you. My battery is down, my phone battery. After this session, I'm going to charge it up. I'm not going to say, let me not stress my charger. Let me just leave it to drain. Let me even throw the battery away. How will I assess you? Stop draining your energy with unnecessary company. Protect yourself with people that recharge you, not people that drain you. Sons, stop draining yourself. Is your cousin. It's not by force. It must not be your friend. Friendship is by mentality and not by proximity. Is your pastor's son. I don't care. It's not aligned with your value. Excuse him from your life before he drains you. Why are you always discharging yourself? You learn today. Before you go to school in the morning, in 1 hour, the person have drained all you learn. Forget about that coach. What is he still doing in your life? What is he still doing in your life? Because it's my cousin, so the family will not say, let them say, because when that cousin takes you into drugs, they will still say, he's a drug addict and it's your cousin, so you must be friends. I said, hello. Protect your energy like a kingdom. Real strength is not in doing everything. Listen to me. It's in choosing wisely to focus on where your attention is needed. It's not in doing everything. It's not by being everywhere. Everything you enter, It's not by being everywhere. It's by focusing your attention on what is needed. That is real strength. You know you don't want to play that game, but there's a boy in your class that keep pushing you back into it, taking you back into it. Excuse yourself from him. Protect. Everybody go to the church room and write it. I will protect my energy like a kingdom. Protect your energy like a kingdom. Protect your energy like a kingdom. Kings, protect your energy like a kingdom. Protect it. Protect your energy. Protect your space. Delete anything around you. You have an uncle who's only watching bad movies when your parents are not around. You are keeping quiet. You are choking yourself. You are draining yourself. You are discharging your strength. You are discharging your kingship mentality. Take it out. Take it out. I am called to raise a generation of men that will change the narrative. See, leaders are having in the world. Enough is enough. You will be that president. I'm not a thief. You'll be that senator. I'm not a corrupt one. You'll be that governor. I'm not a criminal. We are raising you to take up institutions. Number 5, as I round up, make bold and courageous actions. Take it. Take bold and courageous actions. Be bold about your identity. Don't care what anybody feels. I hate cowardice. I hate kings I hate mediocrity. I hate kings that are just there and just doing shit. Some of you are so weak. Protect your energy. Make bold and courageous action. Take actions. We want inventions. We want inventions. Somebody did ChatGPT and is a gay partner. I don't care what that person is doing. What will you create your own? Imagine you use your platform to bring about the lights. Somebody at 11, I was telling you about Benjamin Franklin at 11. What of Louis Braille, who invented the Braille alphabet that helped the visually impaired people? Do you forget? I've forgotten about him. What of Thomas Edison, who invented the electric bulb, photograph, motion picture camera? What of the Wright brothers, who in their tireless experiment achieved the first powered flight in 1903? These people are not superhumans. As I was flying back, I said to myself, so somebody sat down and created this, and hundreds of people will sit on this plane and fly for hours over oceans. Somebody sat down and did this. Why are you sitting like that? Create. Dump games and create. Leave YouTube short and begin to create. Watch things that will steer you to creation. You're a co-creator. Kings create. And as I speak to you, I speak that your minds are open. The eyes of your understanding are enlightened. That veil is torn. Your minds are open. Boys hearing me from all over the world. Your minds are open to create. Your minds are opened to create. Your minds are open. Your minds are open to create. Your minds are open. Your minds are open. Your minds are open to create. Your minds are open to walk into your kingship. Your minds are open to step into royalty. You will go to school tomorrow with your hands up high. Carry yourself as a leader, as a king that you are, with audacity, with confidence and boldness that cannot be altered. Stop living below average. Stop living below capacity. Stop functioning beyond the manufacturer's manual. How can you be powered for 1,000 feet above sea level and you're operating below 100? That's an aberration. That's a disorder. That's a malfunction. And what's the last thing I'm saying to you? As I close, stay humble and keep learning. As I close, kings don't assume they know it all. No, no, no. Kings don't assume. Forget I'm sweating, I'm passionate there. There's a lot of air here. But I'm speaking from a burden. As you see me sweating, it's a burden that I can't hold. And that's why even all the air here cannot contain it. This cannot be in vain. Stop assuming growth. Stop assuming the future. You walk into it. As you lay your bed, so you lie on it. Listen, observe. Listen to this that I wrote down. Listen, everybody. Humility opened doors that pride would have shut. Humility will open doors that pride will shut. Doors that pride would have shut, humility will open. Do you know doors that have been opened to me? I'm coming from somewhere to this program where I went to speak. You know the caliber of program I just came from? It's humility that opened that door. Humility will open doors that pride would have shut. So many people are preaching on closed doors that simple humility would have opened. Arrogance. Some boys coming to session with me, they are full of themselves. Who is this? Who is this? Who is he? Where is he coming from? Who is he? Hey, full of yourself. Arrogant. You can smell the arrogance. Of what use is it? Calm down. Of what use is that pride and arrogance? Humility to open doors that pride would have shut. So wake up to learning, wake up to growth, wake up to responsibility. What are the 6 things I've said to you? Own your process. Don't assume it yourself are truth. Come to the place of ownership. Don't outsource responsibility. Think beyond the moment. Stop looking for who to blame. Growth is learned. It's not gotten by laying on of hands. Protect your energy like a kingdom. Don't be a yes to everybody. Protect your space and your mental space. Everybody cannot be your friends. Everybody cannot be your friend. Surround yourself with people that will recharge you, not those that drain you. And I say restraint is not in doing everything. And I told you to face your fear with courage. Confidence is not lack of fear. It's not weakness to be afraid. There's weakness to remain in fear and not take action. Take a leap. Take a leap. Take a leap and don't let fear lead you. Lead it. I say to you, stay humble and keep learning. Don't assume learning. Don't assume growth. I say you should make bold and courageous action. Take bold and courageous action. Take it. 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 This is a call to royalty. This is a call to kingship. I challenge you today as you rise up from this meeting to go and begin to stop living in assumption, to stop dying in fear, to begin to protect your spirit. Let me see the chat room. Go to the chat room and tell me, what have you picked from this meeting? What have you learned? What have you learned? What have you learned? Go to the chat room. What are you going to do differently? Let me see the fire emojis. Let me see you. Let me see it. No more mediocrity. No more cowardice. No more will somebody be around you exploring darkness and you are looking. No more will you live beyond your kingship mentality and ideology. You are rising up. You are co-creating. Your minds are open to create. You are inventing. In 20 years to come, in 50 years to come, you will be in the helm of affairs. You will be the president that the world is yearning for. You will be that father that every boy is looking for. You will head corporation. You will head institution. You will head schools that bring about discipline and values. You will lead your family with light. Will you lead your family with integrity? You will lead our nation with pride. Humility open doors that pride will shut. Thank you. I'm seeing your chat. I am a co-creator. Let me see the recent chat. Open the chat room. I believe with this point, you are rising up to become. Let's open the chat room, please. To become great. Thank you. I want to see your chats. To begin to make a change. And we're not done. We have somebody coming back in the second session to take it further, to talk to you about voices and choices. We are here in this International Boys Conference to make a difference. I'm only seeing 300 people. We need 1,000 people. Where are your friends? Why are they not in this? If it's somebody that doesn't have value now, talking now, twerking online, have millions watching, share this link to every boy around you, everywhere in the world. Parents should join. Let's double this number. Take a cup of water. We are coming back for the next. We are not shorting. We are going to take any question in the chat room. Do you have any question? And we are coming back. We're taking another session. And I know your life will never remain the same again. I hope you have learned something. I hope you have been transformed. I hope you have picked up. Do you have a question? I hope you have picked up something. I hope you have gathered yourself. I hope you have built yourself up for greatness, for audacity, for growth, for discipline, for responsibility to live in the reality of your kingship. Rise up, King. Go to the chat room and say, I'm rising up. I'm rising up. Let me see chat. I'm rising up. Thank you. I'm seeing what you learn. Let me see you here. I'm rising up. I am a king. I'll live in this mindset. I'll live in this reality as a king and priest. I'll live in this reality on Saturday. I'll talk more about the priesthood. I'll live in this reality. Go to the chat room. Let me see your chat. I'm living in this reality. I'm becoming better. I am royalty. Thank you, everyone. I am royalty. I am becoming. I am challenging myself. I am growing. I am becoming. Thank you. Face your fear. I am becoming. Is there any question? Thank you so much for listening. We're going to take another impact story. And after that, we're going to introduce the next speaker. And we'll just take it there. And it's going to be a mind-blowing experience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing. This is just the beginning. We have serious speakers that are coming, and light will burst forth. You will not remain the same after this conference. Please share with everybody now. Let's double this number. We'll take the impact story, and we'll continue from there. Take a cup of water. Listen to this impact story.
Hello, my name is Miracle Chiku. Growing up, I had a lot of issues as a young boy. I had serious relationship issues with my father, which affected my relationship with my siblings. And this led me into seeking for comfort outside my house. So I would always go out of the house and move around with friends because I didn't want to face that war zone I called a house. I started following bad friends at a very young age, and it led into different vices. My reformation story started in 2019. At that stage of my life, I was suicidal. I wanted to end it all because I felt life had no meaning, because nothing was working. I was stagnant and life just did not have any meaning. I was contemplating suicide. Two of my friends found out about these decisions, and a friend asked me to go to Facebook and search for the name Ebuka Ede Obika and send him a DM, which I did, and we started talking online. And for the first time in my life, I felt loved, I felt accepted with all my baggages, with all my bad characters and all my issues. So for the first time, he invited me to his house for a meeting, a gathering of his mentees. I came into the place and I was inspired. I saw a community of boys who had issues, who had struggles, but yet in that struggle, they were in a fight, in a journey to become better. And I was inspired not to give up. And I kept on that journey. I kept pushing, and I kept pushing. Save the Boys initiative has shaped my life and my personality. I am no longer the person I used to be. I am now a better version of myself. People who knew me back then see me today and they are shocked at the level of growth, improvement, and value I have added to myself. And all this were through Save the Boys initiative. Save the Boys initiative is a community where boys are taught responsibility, leadership, through a system of accountability. It's a place for any boy who wants to become a productive man. Now I am in 200 level studying psychology in Nassau State University. By the grace of God, I am a first-class student, and it is because of the values that I have learned and the lessons I have learned from Save the Boys initiative. So I urge every boy out there listening. Your case might be more deeper or more stronger, or you might have experienced more hurt than I have. But if Save the Boys initiative was able to do it for me, it can do it for you. So stay connected, stay accountable, and your life will never remain the same. Thank you.
All right, you are welcome back. I told you that the person coming was coming with so much passion. I'm sure you learned a lot from that first session. I am pumped. In fact, when I heard Coach Ebuka say, think beyond the moment, I started thinking. I began to think already. So it is a disservice to yourself when all you think about is now. How do I satisfy myself? I want this, I want that, give me this, give me that. Some boys even go as far as throwing tantrums when they don't get what they want. The mindset of a king is the mind that looks beyond now. How many of you remember the eagle? The eagle sees something very far away, about 10,000 feet away, I think. The eagle sees it, captures it, and is ready to attack. That's the mindset that wins. That's the strategy that wins. The strategy of a boy that will win is the strategy that is thinking beyond now. That is thinking, what problem in the world can I solve? What can I be a solution to? What is that thing I can address? Because I am a co-creator. Well, it's been an amazing time, and I'm glad that you have learned a lot. But that's not all. That is not all at all. We're going further in this conference, and we're going to be listening to another very important personality. Now, this is somebody that I can tell you for free. If you put your mind to the conversation that will come up now, something will shift in your mind. And that is the person of Coach David Folarinmi. He's going to be talking to us about the drug pandemic. There's a lot happening in the world of boys. There's a lot around boys. Boys want to get satisfied. People are telling you something about drugs. If you take this drug, this will happen to you. We have brought an answer to all of those questions in your heart. You will be listening to David Folarinmi. He has a lot he wants to say to you. Get your cup of water, sit down, get comfortable, because you are about to experience a shift that will cause a discomfort around distraction. It is my pleasure to welcome Coach David Folarinmi. David Folarinmi is an economist and a public servant, but his interest lies in mental health and behavioral changes with emphasis on addiction. He is a trained UNODC educator and has had further trainings with WHO, EU, Colombo Drug Advisory Program in substance use disorder prevention and treatment. David Folarinmi is the project director of the Live Free initiative, which is an arm of the David Folarinmi Foundation that seeks to prevent substance use among the youth in the society through sensitization, enlightenment, and education. Mr. Folarinmi is the Executive Director of the Live Free Renewal Center, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in Enugu State, a recipient of several awards home and abroad for his contribution to the eradication of drug abuse in Nigeria. Mr. Folarinmi is a member of the International Society of Substance Use Professionals, Nigerian Chapter, Community Intervention Network for Drugs, Nigerian Chapter, Association of Advocates Against Alcohol Harm in Nigeria, and he is an ambassador for the drug-free world in Nigeria. Mr. Folarinmi is happily married and the union is blessed with a daughter. David Folarinmi speaking. David Folarinmi is an economist and a public servant, but his interest lies in mental health and behavioral changes with emphasis on addiction. He is a trained UNODC educator and has had further trainings with WHO, EU, Colombo Drug Advisory Program in Substance Use Disorder Prevention and Treatment. David Folarumi is the project director of the Live Free Initiative, which is an arm of the David Folarumi Foundation that seeks to prevent substance use among the youth in the society through sensitization, enlightenment, and education. Mr. Folarumi is the executive director of the Live Free Renewal Center, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in Enugu State, a recipient of several awards home and abroad for his contribution to the eradication of drug abuse in Nigeria. Mr. Folarumi is a member of the International Society of Substance Use Professionals, Nigerian chapter, Community Intervention Network for Drugs, Nigerian chapter, Association of Advocates Against Alcohol Harm in Nigeria, and he is an ambassador for the drug-free world in Nigeria. Mr. Folarumi is happily married and the union is blessed with a daughter. David Folarumi speaking.
Wow, amazing.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
See Coach Ebuka in another shade.
Another shade of me.
Thank you so much for that
Amazing.
amazing
Thank you
session.
so
So we're going to
much.
be having Coach David Folarumi on Voices and Choices.
Yeah.
But before he comes up, what do you think, Coach Ebuka? Do you think that boys struggle with seeking external validation? Do you think so?
No, most people say it's a girl's thing, but I think boys struggle with it in a different light, in the sense that because boys have become what they behold. So unfortunately, because there are no role models, all right. So what boys are not seen in life today as celebrities who have millions of followers, who are doing things that are not right. So, and that is giving them a lot of voice. They are not like they are the people that are being listened to. So, and I see, and that's why it's becoming trendy now for a boy to be online and he's twerking, he wants to be like something
Something he has been
because
seeing.
that thing you have been seeing now want to become it. So it doesn't used to be a major problem for the boys. But where the event of things and what is happening in the world today is becoming a thing with the boys, where you want to be that person you have seen so that people also follow you, celebrity life, and all of that. I think it's becoming a thing in the world of boys.
Every boy wants to be an influencer because they are watching influencers.
Oh my
They are watching
goodness.
things. And Coach Ebuka always says that what you behold is
It's
what you become.
become.
And becoming is a gradual thing.
Mhm.
It takes little by little process here and there. You see, it appeals to you. It looks good even when it is not right.
Mhm.
So you need to know that not everything that appears good is right.
Mhm.
Someone once said, it is not everything in the river that is fish.
Some are crocodile.
So sometimes, oh, it's river, oh, it's fish, but some of them will harm you. All right. So it is not everything that you see that looks good that is actually right for you. And we understand that boys all over the world, you have come to the point where we live in a world where there's so much noise,
Mhm.
so much things are trending, a lot of abnormalities
Abnormalities, yeah.
that
They're
have been
becoming, yeah,
presented
as normal. Absolutely.
right? So it's almost looking like what is normal is abnormal.
Mhm.
All right. We have embraced what is abnormal. And so I know that there are a lot of questions in the hearts of boys.
A lot of
Boys are
questions.
asking questions. How come this thing I am watching? How come it's not matching what they are telling me in church? How come it's not matching what my parents are saying? How come the celebrities, the ones who have different baby mamas everywhere, the
Yeah.
ones who have who are
So the voices are becoming
yes,
too loud.
too loud.
That's difficult to make the right choices.
Right choices. They are asking questions. How come this thing is happening like this and you're telling me not to go that direction?
Hmm.
So it's it's a play in your head,
Mhm.
right? It's a battle in your head. It's
Absolutely.
a war in your mind.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the things we are going to
Deal with.
unveil today.
As Coach
That's
David
one
is
of the
here.
things we're
Yeah.
going to take down from your mind today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach David. I hear that you are
Coach
here
D.
already. We're excited
Last
to have you.
D.
Coach David. Oh, thank you
Let-
so much for
Let's
being
not talk
here.
about it here. All right, let's add him. Thank you so much, sir. Can you hear us?
Good evening, good
Can you
evening,
hear
good
us,
evening,
Coach David?
everybody. Good to be here. I'm excited to be here. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, go on. We're not going to mute our mic while you carry
Yes,
on,
I can
please.
hear you.
Yes, sir. You can go ahead.
Can you hear
the
me?
stage is yours. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, that's all right.
We can hear you. Go ahead,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, good evening, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Well, welcome to the opening day of the International Boys Conference 2025. I'd like to congratulate my brother and my sister, coaches Ebuka and Ruth Ede, for this monumental feat. I want to say that may God bless you mightily, and may the oil upon your head, never run dry in Jesus' precious name. Yes, we're going to go straight into the subject matter of today. I'd like to welcome all the boys who are here from various parts of the world. I'm sure we had an interesting session about raising kings in the first session with Coach Ebuka. Some of the things that have been said are things that will set you on track to fulfill your destiny. So make sure you go back to your notes. Don't just write it this night and forget about it. Go back to your notes. If you have the opportunity, go and watch the session again, because it will greatly, greatly, greatly bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Today, we're talking about choices and voices. Choices and voices. In the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about choices and voices. To all the boys who are gathered here today, and to those who are going to watch after this, I want you to know that the outcome of your life is determined by the choices you make as boys. Yes, listen to me very carefully. The outcome of your life is determined by the choices you make as boys. Don't wait till you grow up to be men to make the right choices. It may be too late. It may be too late. Now, today, tomorrow, and on the 16th, it's all about you. On the 17th, it's all about you. Yeah, because we've understood that you are strong, you're smart, you're full of potential. And then today, this particular evening, we're going to be talking about
All right, so sorry, Coach David Folarumi's network is a bit laggy, but I'm sure he would be back up again
Shortly, yeah.
Shortly, please.
Well, and he was really talking about some very
Yeah.
important things about choices and voices and how
Choices you
yeah,
make. He
yeah,
said the choices
yeah,
you make
determine the
will
outcome of
determine
it.
the outcome of your life.
Absolutely,
It's so
absolutely.
profound to know that you're responsible for your choices.
Hmm.
You are solely
You're solely responsible.
responsible for your choices.
You know, growing up as a young people would just think that my parents, anything I do now, they're the ones that will suffer it. It's not you. Just have a way of separating yourself from the issue as boys. Or just feel, oh, my parents, and I then go suffer. Some people will be like, let me fail, let my parents and my mother later, she will hear it. All right. So your mind, you're taking poison and expecting it to harm another person.
You know that story of that
Yeah.
young boy we have some time ago who got so upset with a statement his
Mhm.
parents would make to him,
Yeah.
and he said, okay, so I'm never going to pass any
Exam.
as far as I'm concerned, because I've been labeled a failure. I will continue to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. I will prove to everybody that I'm actually a failure. Fast forward to many years down the line,
He was always failing.
he was
He
always
refused
failing.
to bring a past result.
What even pains me is the fact that he is now facing the repercussion of his choices.
He was in it to make his
He
no
was doing
to
it
deal with the
hit his
father.
father had. But today, he's the one facing the pain,
The pain.
the gross pain for it, because his mates have left
I've
him.
left him.
far ahead
By the
of
time I
him.
realized the mistake, time
Far
has
ahead of
gone.
him. So you need to know that your parents are just pushing you. At the end of the day, you're responsible for the choices.
Absolutely.
Solely.
Absolutely.
For those choices.
Absolutely. You know that story where I just remember that story again. I remember when the person that came back in pain. Oh, this, my life is this. And I said, but you remember when you were making the choice, I told you. You know, so we have young people, especially boys, who think, oh, let me make my father, let it pain him very well. But at the end of the day, you own your choices, the outcome of that. Because your parents will not be here forever. The father he was doing that to, to spite on, he's already a graduate, has his degrees, already working,
has his family.
retired, had his family. So who is losing at the end of the day? So you must understand that the choices you make are so crucial. Nobody is going to be pain. You suffer for the pain of every choice that you make. Every choice. Especially when young people are there, let me go and flex my life. Nobody should tell me what to do. And then at 30, you are there lying, not adulthood, not scam. All right?
Because you didn't prepare.
You didn't follow the process. It will always be a scam to people who don't follow the process. So choices are so key in life. I know we are in Abuja together. Remember, so those things that happen are like, oh, all these FCS brothers and sisters, you people are, no, they just see you as people who are just, people carry your head or the thing on your head so much. But who made the choice to be different? And we know where those people who didn't make that right choices are today. All right. And it's really worrisome.
It's worrisome, honestly. So one of the things you need to do while you navigate this season of your life, and I will always say that these voices will keep getting louder.
Yes.
By the day.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not reducing
At all.
It is your personal discipline to choose what you will listen to.
Absolutely.
The voices will keep getting louder. Trends, different kind of trends will keep coming. You will keep meeting people in life who do not place value on their future. You keep meeting people in life who just want to have a quick, you were talking about in your session, we're talking about just wanting the moment.
The moment, yeah.
Just
the now, living in the now, yes.
Now.
Yes.
And not seeing ahead of you. The pain of that is that when you realize others would have moved. That's the pain of it. Others would have moved far ahead of you. So you'll be trying to collapse the years that you would have followed the process. So at the point where you'll be making some kind of choices, your mates would have gone far ahead of you. So it's important that the choices you make, you weigh them. It's important that at the stage of life where you are humble to listen,
Absolutely.
humble to take counsel, humble to follow instruction. You know, this is the stage where you don't want to be instructed.
You don't want to be instructed. You don't want to be
You're
told
not
what to do.
interested in
Yes.
instruction.
Nobody should tell you what
Nobody
to
should
do.
tell me what to do. I'm a man. I know what to do. I'm a man. I'm a big boy. I know what to do. But you know, like Uchebuka would say, a big boy with big head without brain is a pain to the neck.
The weight, serious weight.
Serious weights, painful weights to the neck. So you need to align yourself, position yourself to taking instructions, position yourself to be led. Allow yourself to be led. Allow yourself to be shown the path and the pattern to follow
Absolutely.
unto kingship and royalty.
Absolutely. Well, I pray for this session. I remember the story of Dinah who went to see the daughters of the land and she was defiled. You know, I was reading a lot about that and the implication. You know, I wrote in my journal that when you are everywhere, you are ripped of your virtue. You are ripped of your dignity. Because one of the things that, you know, I see with boys is this issue of follow. Everybody's doing it. Is everybody like that? Everybody in my this is using it. Everybody here has the phone. Everybody here is doing like this. Everybody's just like to follow. And like Dinah, she just followed to Gansel Town to like everybody is following. It's evening. Let's just throw and go. And she was ripped. She was defiled. Her dignity was taken away. When you are everywhere, when you are where you're not supposed to be, you are ripped of your virtue. You are ripped of your grace. And you are ripped of your kingship. And that's how people find themselves in place where they don't want to be. And before you know what is happening, they are ripped. Their kingship, their virtue, a lot is gone. Be careful of the choices that you make. Some don't recover from the ripple effect of bad choices. And I was telling a story in the academy of our friend who was, you know, in school, who taught a lot of his friends to smoke and drink. But at the end of the day, he came out as a pastor. But those friends are deep in that addiction. And that's the painful part of these choices. You reap the repercussion later. I'm sure Coach David will take it on from there.
David, thank you
This
for coming
network,
back.
Thank
we
you.
must
We missed
cooperate.
you a minute.
Network
We
must
missed you for a
cooperate.
minute.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Network must cooperate. Network must
Must cooperate.
cooperate. So, yes. Coach Ebuka, thank you very much. We're talking about, I don't even know where the thing stopped because it was hanging. What was the last thing you heard, sir? Because it was
The
hanging. I wasn't
choices
sure.
you make determines the outcome of your life. Okay.
The choices you make determine the
Determines
outcome
the
of your
outcome
life.
of your life.
Yeah, that was where we stopped. This network today
So
must.
sorry, we don't have control of
Yes.
the network, but
I
we
hope you heard us, Coach David. The choices you make will determine the
do
outcome of your life. That was the last statement you made. All right, we must have a live conference, and the network must cooperate with us. Interesting. Well, these are learning experience to tell boys in life. You know, you see things in life that you never expect, but you have to move.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. Just keep going.
It's,
All right.
it's okay to have issues.
Yes, but we move. Coach David, I
Yes.
believe you're there now.
Yes.
let's go.
So the choices, I've tried to switch network providers. Let's see if this will work better. So the choices you make will determine the outcome of your life. Like I said before the network started, life is all about choices. Even the Bible says so. Yes, in the book of Deuteronomy it says, I call heaven and earth to record this day that I have set against you. I put before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both ye and your seed may live. If you heard me at the time, I said, write it down that you will choose life. You will make right choices. Write it down in your notebooks. You will choose life. You will make right choices. You will choose life. You will make right choices. It's very important. You remember this, especially when you think about the fact that the wrong choices you make today can influence your children and your children's children. Yes, the wrong choices you make today does not stop with you. It can go ahead to influence negatively, impact on your children and your seeds even unborn. God forbid. I was talking about choices and the decisions you make every day, big or small, from what you choose to wear, how you choose to treat your friends, how you choose to respond to pressure. And I was giving examples of some of us who have faced pressure before and chose not to give in to pressure. So if you choose to cheat in an exam, it's a choice you made. It's not because your friends asked you to choose to cheat. You decided to cheat in that exam. If you choose to give in to immorality and fornication, remember that there are consequences. It is because you chose to do it, not because there was peer pressure. It was a decision you made. Genesis 39, who was a slave boy and then was tempted by his master's wife. And then he said no, he wasn't going to do it. He made the right, and we all saw how that panned out for him. Remember, I said your choices are like seeds. You don't see the tree today, but one day you will see the seeds. You will see the tree, and then you sit either in the shade of that tree, eating from its fruits, or you will run away from the thorns that it will bring. God forbid. So there are good choices and there are bad choices. Remember, not all choices are equal. That's the truth. For instance, the choice of what to wear as a shirt is not equivalent to the choice of the kind of university you want to go to. So certain times, and when making life choices, we have to pay attention to certain laws that will make us to make the correct choices. We're going to go into that before we close. When you make the right choices, it leads you to success, you experience peace, you gain respect, and you have a bright future. Sometimes you choose to study, not because it is convenient for you, but because it is the right decision to make. So sometimes the good choices we make are not necessarily convenient. It will take your comfort at times. It will make you look like the odd one out. Yes. You know that thing about when they say everybody is doing it? That's a lie. Not everybody is doing it. When they say everybody is cheating in the exam, that's a lie. Not everybody is cheating. They say everybody is committing fornication. That's a lie. Not everybody is living in immorality. It's a choice. It's a choice you have to make. The choice to be honest and truthful. We live in a world with so much dishonesty, fraud, lies, deceit, deception. It's a choice to be honest. It's a choice to live in integrity. Do you know it's a choice to be kind? It's a choice to be kind. It's a decision you make. You just don't become kind all of a sudden. You sit down, you think about it, and then you make a decision, a conscious decision to do some of these things. On the other hand, bad choices bring us pain. You choose to indulge in drug abuse now. The resultant effect is not now. Remember, I said it's like a seed you are planting. The resultant effect is not now. But when that tree of that bad seed of using drugs will begin to grow, you will suffer untold pain. You will suffer regret when you see others who didn't make these bad choices doing well in life. And then you start hiding, you start dodging. When you see them, you start hiding because you made bad decisions. Bad choices will lead to broken relationships. Some people, some young boys, as young boys, they have broken relationships with their family members because of poor choices. And of course, it will lead to loss of opportunities. As difficult as they say the world is, there are still people who are thriving because they are making right choices. And they are enjoying the opportunities that abound because they are making right choices. However, if you make bad choices, you lose opportunities, left, right, and center. Examples of these bad choices include lying. I was mentoring a young man from Dubai, and the man, he said to me, he said, "Sir, I don't know when I just lie." I said, you are lying again. This is telling me you don't know when you are lying again. It's a choice you make to lie. You choose to lie or you choose to tell the truth. It's a choice. Your vocal cords are not controlling you. You control it. You're the one that chooses what it says out. Dishonesty among our young boys is becoming a norm that must be broken. As a reformed boy, you cannot afford to live a dishonest life. Make the choice today, the right choice, to be saying the truth, to speak the truth at all times. Cheating. If you are a boy here and your parents take you to Miracle Center Tell them that you have come for International Boys Conference 2025 and you have been taught that the right choice to make, the right decision to make is to study hard to pass and not to cheat. So you're not going to any miracle center. Yes, I know that sometimes it's even our parents that make us make the wrong decisions. They buy Expo for you, tell them you're not using it. It is cheating. There is no halfway. There's no sitting on the fence. It's black or white. The decision to go ahead with cheating is a bad decision that will have consequences in future. Again, it is like a seed you are planting. Caution, you will think that it is just now. You are going to reap the fruits now. You pass. When you begin to suffer for it many years from now, your parents will not be there, or they'll be too old and too weary to help you. By the time you go and meet them, all they'll tell you is, sorry, my son, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I should have not allowed you to do it, but now it's too late. And that's why we're here this night, telling you that you must make the right choices so that you have a voice tomorrow. Bullying. So bullying, people are not born bullies. Huh? We're not born bullies. Yes, I must admit, some of us have seen it as examples in our homes, but you also make the choice not to replicate that bad example when you go to the school or the communities or the church or any other youth gatherings. No. If you have been bullied at home by your elder brother, your uncle, your father, or anybody, you know how you felt. You felt bad. So if you are going to do it to somebody else, it is a choice you are making. It's a decision you are making, and it's a bad choice. And you suffer for it tomorrow. You suffer for it tomorrow. Several other examples of bad choices. We can't afford to go through all of them because of our time. Bad choices are like food, junk food. Now it might taste good, but later we'll suffer the consequences. So I have 3 young daughters, and then sometimes, especially the oldest one, she wants to eat chocolates and eat all manner of junk. But I have to start teaching her now that it is a wrong choice, because it might taste well now, but by the time it begins to affect you health-wise, you're not going to like it. So it's very important we do away with bad choices. Remember, every choice has a consequence. There's no choice you make that does not have a consequence. That means something that happens because of what you have chosen to do. Like I talked about lying. It's a choice. The moment you are found out, you lose trust. And once that trust is broken, it takes the mercies of God for it to be mended. Speak the truth. Make a conscious decision this evening to start living in truth, to start speaking the truth, to live in integrity. You choose to work hard. You choose to study hard. You become a champion. The hallmark of a reformed boy is the ability to make right choices. The hallmark of a reformed boy is the ability to make right choices without anybody telling him what to do. And there are so many of them around us who are doing that. Remember, you are free to make the choices you want to make. But listen, you are not free from the consequences or the results of those choices. You are free. Make the choice you want to make. Leave International Boys Conference 2025 and choose what you want to do. Fine. Coach Ebuka is not going to come to your house and force you. Auntie Ruth is not going to come to your house and force you. That's the reason why we are doing this. We are telling you now. We are exposing you to this truth so that you go back and start choosing right. You start doing right. You start making right decisions. Because at the end of the day, you are not free from the result of your choices. You are not free from the result of your choices. You are free to make your choices, but you are not free from the result of your choices. Our choices define us. The choices we make gives us our true identity. Are you listening to me? So it is not what you are called. So everybody, for instance, calls me David, right? That's the name that my parents gave me. But because of choices I have made in the past and now, I am now defined as either a former addict, drug user, or somebody who is into drug abuse advocacy. Many people have forgotten the name. So when they see me, the first thing that comes to their head is drug, because of choices. When you see Coach Ebuka, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Boys, because of choices. You know that as you grow up, among all of you, you know that in your cliques, in your class, in your dormitory, in your team, football team, there's someone that people always listen to. Do you agree with me? There's someone that when he speaks, everybody listens to him. Do you know that? You look very carefully, there's someone that is always also getting into trouble. Do you know that they didn't just wake up one day and become like that? They were shaped by their choices. They became that way as a result of the choices they were making. Your choices build your character. Your choices build your character. Now, some of us from a distance, we see Coach Ebuka, and in our minds, we want to be like him. Coach Ebuka didn't just wake up and be like this. No, he did not. He took the gradual process of making right choices day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. I've heard many times when his former teachers or former principal will come talk about the person he was as a young boy. And you hear them say they are not surprised where he is now. At the same time, we have people who are in prison. We have people who are drug addicts on the streets. We have people who have become armed robbers and kidnappers. And when they bring their teachers from secondary school, they say they are not surprised that they became like that, because they have seen the precedence of choices they have been making from yesteryears. What choices are you making today? Who are the people you look up to and want to be like? They didn't just wake up that way. They didn't just become who they are today. It was a gradual process of making the right decisions day in, day out. Remember, I said, your choices build your character. Now, your character builds your voice. Remember, we're talking about choices and voices. Your choices build your character builds your voice. The level of influence or respect you generate comes by the quality of character you have. And then the quality of character you have is dependent on the choices you make daily. What are the choices you are making every day? Do you just say, let me just tell one lie today, for the next 3 days I won't tell a lie? You are not going to get to that place you want to get to. No. Do you just say, let me steal today? Let me just take this money from mommy's part. Let me just take mommy's ATM and withdraw money and delete the alerts. And we know these things now. We know it. Because mommy would not know. You are opening the door to a life of crime, which will lead to pain and suffering. Your choices build your character. Your character builds your voice. You want to have a voice tomorrow, you need the character to hold on to it. You want to have that character that gives you a voice, you must make the right choices today. Remember when I started, I said, don't wait till you are older to start making right choices. It may be too late. It may be too late. Now is the time that we have set before you and death. And we are pleading with you to choose life, that you may live and that your seed may live, that you may live and your children may live, that you may live and your grandchildren may live. Choose life. Choose to make the right choices. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. Daniel was captured by the greatest government of the time in the world. So wherever you are, just imagine the greatest government. Some might say American government, some might say China, some might say Russia, whatever it is you choose, that's the greatest government. Imagine they go and pick you as a young boy where you are now and they pick all of your friends. One day you are playing football in school and they come and gather all of you and they put all of you together in one trailer and they carry you to their country. And then when they carry you to their country, they keep all of you in one underground prison like that, because after all, you are slaves. And then one day, the king or the president of that country says, before we continue with these people as slaves, get us the wisest of them, bring them out so that they can work in our government, so that we can use their intelligence to work for us. And they come and pick some of you as the intelligent ones, and they bring you out. Now, when they bring you out, the president still, these ones that you have brought out, you know they are slaves, they have been suffering. Give them the king's food so that they can be fresh. Because right now they are looking like people that are suffering. We don't want those kind of people in our government. So they start keeping you people and they prepare the king's food for you. Now, the only problem is that you belong to a tribe that serves the living God. And this president belongs to a tribe that serves idols. So this food has been offered to idols as sacrifice. It has been preyed upon by idol worshippers. But then in this food, you have shawarma, you have ice cream, you have pizza, you have turkey. Remember, your mates are in the underground eating grass and other spring rolls, everything. But there's a but. There's a but. Food has been offered to idols. Now, the question I want to ask you wherever you are is, will you have accepted that food, knowing very well that it goes against what you have been taught by your fathers, that says you should not eat anything offered to idols? Even me as a person, I'm not sure I'm able to say no. But Daniel, in verse 8, I have proposed in my heart that I will not defile myself with a portion of the king's meat or the wine. Daniel chose not to. It was a decision. It was a decision. Remember Jesus, after praying and fasting for days, devil appeared to him and said, change this stone. If you are the Son of God, change this stone into bread and eat. You are hungry. Do you think Jesus was not hungry? He was. But he made a decision. He made the right choice and said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out of the Son of God. Listen, we are all faced peer pressure, all of us, everybody, to do something that is wrong. But then the decision to make the right choice is ours. Now, eventually, didn't Jesus have a voice? Jesus still has a voice. At the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow, every tongue confess. That's having the greatest. Jesus has the greatest voice in the universe because he made the right choice. If he made the wrong decision to give in to what Satan wanted that day, maybe many of us, Coach Ebuka might have not been here because many of us will have not been saved. But Jesus made the right choice and he turned out to have the greatest voice in the universe. You too can make the right choice today and turn out to have a voice tomorrow. So did Daniel. From making the right choice to growing up in government in a strange land. I tell people, even if you are outside Nigeria, God can elevate you, but you have to make the right choices. You don't need a microphone to have a voice. Your life speaks louder than your lips. I'll take that again. You do not need a microphone to have a voice. Your life speaks louder than your lips. The character, your reputation, the respect you command, the influence you have. Look at your coach. He has his mates, he has his seniors who respect him. He doesn't need a mic to command respect. Your choices build your character builds your voice. Remember, good choices lead to strong voices. Good choices lead to strong voices. When you consistently make good choices, people begin to listen to you. People begin to trust you. people begin to have faith in you. People begin to follow you. Making the right choice is magnetic. It draws success to you. And that is when you realize you have a voice. Not just to shout and be shouting in the playground, but to lead, to inspire, and to make a difference. And that is who a reformed boy is. Someone who can lead without being told what to do. Someone who can inspire his colleagues to do the right things. Someone who can make a positive difference in his environment. That is who a reformed boy is. My time is almost up. Please let me quickly take examples of people in the Bible who made right choices. Joseph. I've talked about Joseph again already, but it's a story I love. Please read Genesis chapter 39 and ask God to minister to you. Joseph chose to stay pure and faithful. He chose to stay pure and faithful. In very difficult times, Joseph chose to stay pure and faithful. Who is telling you that everybody is having fornication? Who is telling you that lie? That's a lie of the devil. That's a lie to make you, to draw you into making wrong decisions. Joseph chose to stay pure. In the midst of temptation, he ran away. He fled. He didn't stay back and pray. There are some times when you are faced with temptation, prayer can be a wrong decision. It's a wrong decision in certain circumstances. There's a time to pray, there's a time to run. That's part of what we're teaching you today, right choices. Know when to run, know when to pray. You don't pray at the battlefield, you pray before the battle. So you must have prayed at home. Oh God, lead me not into temptation. But however, should in case you enter temptation, run, flee, leave your clothes, leave your slippers and run. What was the outcome of that? Joseph became prime minister in a foreign land. For those of you who are joining us from overseas, you're not in Nigeria with us, God can elevate you to become president, prime minister, governor, whatever it is in those foreign lands. Just make the right choices and you would have a voice. David chose to face Goliath by faith. I love that story. Who is the Goliath in your life? What is the Goliath in your life? What is it that you are afraid of doing? Which mountain are you afraid of climbing? It is surmountable. I'm here to tell you today, it is surmountable. And that Goliath, that mountain may just be what is standing between you and your kingship. Make the right choice to face it. You want to write an exam, you are not sure, you are shaking, make the right choice to face it. By faith, believing in God and doing what you need to do to defeat him. Because David didn't just go to war with Goliath by himself. He armed himself with a sling and 5 stones. So make sure you do your part, do what you need to do, and then believe in God. And then David became king. Everybody that has gathered for this conference this year will experience kingship and royalty by the grace of God. Of course, there's the story of Daniel. We talked about that. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Daniel chose to honor God in a foreign land, and he became a top government official in that foreign land. There's the story of Samuel. He chose, remember, you see what I'm saying? Everybody chose. Samuel chose to listen to God's voice. Samuel chose to listen to God's voice, and he became what? A mighty prophet. He chose to listen to God's voice, and he became a mighty prophet. So it is important. Who are you listening to? How are you practicing what you listen to? And then there's the story of Timothy. We can't go into everything. Timothy chose to serve God as a young man, and of course, he became a leader in the early church. Now, we've talked about examples of people who made right choices in the Bible and they became a voice. Let's talk about people that we may know, contemporary people. I've talked a lot about Coach Ebuka making right decisions upon right decisions as a young boy. I don't have permission to share some of the things he has told me, but he did have it easy. Do you think that he woke up and became who he is today? He did not have it easy growing up. But he chose to make right decisions, and that has created a voice for him today. That's number one. Number 2 is Cristiano Ronaldo. At the age of 12, he started training and focusing on football. He chose discipline over distractions. Do you know that he's one of the oldest professional footballers today, still putting his body under subjection? Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, and that is why he can perform at the highest levels. That is why he has a voice. Do you know that he makes a post on social media is $2 million? That's a voice. That's a voice. That's a voice. Because he made the right choice to discipline his body. He has a proper routine, a proper discipline routine that he follows very strictly. He didn't just become Ronaldo by wishing. Look, you can't have a voice by wishing. Stop wishing you are Coach Ebuka. Make right choices. Stop wishing you are Cristiano Ronaldo. Make right choices. LeBron James, the basketballer, chose to commit to basketball in a neighborhood that was filled with drugs and crime. Crime. But he chose to commit to a good cause, giving it all it took. Discipline, focus, determination, diligence, hard work. And he became an NBA superstar, philanthropist, and a role model. What about Ben Carson? He chose to read and study instead of watching TV all day. Some of you, screen time has made you so lost in this world that you don't know what to do. Something else about Ben Carson is that he listened to his mother's advice and followed her guidance. That is another right choice. And then he became renowned for being the first black surgeon to perform the separation of Siamese twins. World-renowned neurosurgeon and a public servant. What about Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. Early choice to start coding as a teen. Some of us are teenagers. And then he used the skills to build positive networks and all of that, become the co-founder of Facebook and all of that. So there are people that make right choices in the midst of chaos, in the midst of drugs. They say they won't take it. In the midst of fornication and immorality, they say they won't be a part of it. In the midst of cheating in JAMB and WAEC, they say they won't be a part of it. In the midst of Yahoo, HK, going to go and do all those things, they said no, they won't do it, and they came out better. What choices are you making today? All of these people I mentioned did not wait to be adults before they chose right. They started as kids and teenagers, just like you. So you have no excuse. In closing, how do we make good choices? How do we make good choices? Number 1, pause before you decide. I know you're young. I know you're vibrant. I know your blood is hot. I know you think you can do everything. I know you think you can move mountains, but pause. Last year I was talking and I said, a reformed boy is a boy that stops to think before he acts. Now again, I'm reminding you that you must pause before you decide. Don't rush. Quick choices and hasty decisions lead to regrets. Ask yourself, if I do this, what will be the result? Look, as a young person, you need to now have conversations with yourself. If I make this choice, what is the result? What is the repercussion? Another way that you can make right choices is pay attention to your inner circle. Coach Ebuka was saying it in the first session about making the right choices of your friends. This is one of the most important decisions you would ever make in your life. The friends you make now, the people in your inner circle, who are they? Don't let your friends choose you. You choose your friends based on your values. That's a choice. That's a decision. Who are the people you call your friends? These are the people that will eventually influence you positively or influence you negatively. Who are your mentors? That's another choice. Who are your coaches? Who are the people that you draw inspiration from? Because at this age, you can't inspire yourself. Somebody somewhere must feed you with a level of inspiration for you to tap from before you can excel. Who are these people? check with your values. What are the values that govern your life? Those of us that belong to good homes, you find out that yes, we have values in our homes, but even outside the value system of our home, create your own values. Are your values kind? Are they honest? Are they helpful? Do they honor God? And very importantly, making choices, pray for guidance. Do not neglect the God factor. You are never too young to ask God for wisdom. You're never too young. Remember King Solomon and how he cried out to God for wisdom? And look at how God honored him in his reign. You are not too young to ask God for wisdom. Get on your knees and say, Father, give me the right wisdom to make informed choices and decisions so that I can have a voice tomorrow. Ask God. If you can't tell your parents or your future self about the choice you are making now, it's probably not a good one. Now, let me give you this in closing. You might not have access to Coach Ebuka every time, right? But I want you to give yourself a self-test. Any choice or decision you want to make, before you make it, write it down. Ask yourself, if I send this to Coach Ebuka today, yes. If you tell yourself yes, go ahead with it. If you cannot vouch, if you are not even sure, if it's 50-50, that means it's probably a wrong choice. Self-tests. Any choice, any decision you want to make going forward, yes, you might not have the time to call him, you might not have the time to reach out to him on Zoom. Just write it down. Then ask yourself back, if I show Coach Ebuka this choice I'm about to make, is he going to approve of it? Your life, your choice, your voice. Your life, write that down. Your choice, your voice. Young boys, your voice tomorrow depends on the choices you make today. Choose courage over fear. Choose kindness over bullying and cruelty. Choose purpose over popularity. Stop seeking to be popular. Seek to live your purpose. Seek to live in your God-ordained purpose. Choose truth over trends. Not everything that is trending, plaiting hair, that you do, wearing earring is trending. Is it right? That's the question you should ask yourself. Choose integrity over fraud. Choose to be truthful over being dishonest. Remember, you are leaving this conference as a reformed boy. And because you are a reformed boy, that means you are not too young to lead, you are not too small to matter, and you are not too quiet to be heard. One day in the future, when people will ask, who do we listen to? It is your name that will be mentioned because you are emerging from this conference a reformed boy. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. God bless you.
Chat room and tell us what you learned. I don't know where to start. Choose your life, your voice, your choice. Courage over fear, kindness over bullying, purpose over popularity, truth over trend, integrity over fraud, truthfulness over dishonesty. Like, have I heard this thought before? Choices and voices. Coach Ruth, I don't know what to say. Let's see the chat room, please.
Hi, this
Boys
is
are
amazing. Said, quick
blessed.
choices and hasty decisions leads to regret.
To regret.
Sadly, how we have a generation
Right.
of people who want to make decisions in a haste.
Hi.
In a haste. And that's why we have a lot of boys running after gambling houses and centers. We have a lot of boys who want to drive Benz here in Nigeria. A lot of boys who want to get rich quick.
Quick rich.
And he said, those choices will lead to regret. I think this is completely power packed.
Absolutely.
This is overload, right? This is so much,
Overload.
so much to take in. I hope you were taking notes.
It's as if I was hearing God speak to me. You know the position I say, we're not pricked in our hearts when I heard the Lord speaking to me. Oh my God.
These choices is something that is really hard. Choices are sometimes the hardest things to do,
Absolutely.
but they are the things that lead to growth.
Hmm.
You can't grow outside your choice.
Hmm.
You can't actually grow outside your choice. Your growth is a function of the choices you make.
Absolutely.
Your life is a function, is a sum up of your choice.
Absolutely.
Whatever you turn out to be is just a report of your choice.
Absolutely.
So whatever a boy eventually becomes, your life is just you reporting your choice.
Absolutely.
Show us your life will
Yeah.
tell you the choices that you
Absolutely.
made. So this is really
This is
profound.
like even with analogy of people that boy relate to Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
Wow,
yeah.
I'm hearing a lot about his life of discipline. That's
Discipline.
profound.
Ronaldo doesn't smoke, doesn't drink.
As in,
There's
and yet
something-
he's thriving. And the
Thriving.
basketballer, amazing. Thank you
Thriving.
so much, Coach David. Like, I can't wait to hear you again on Saturday. I can't wait to receive you tomorrow in Abuja. This is just the beginning. Thank you so much. Thank
International
you
Boys
so much.
Conference
forward to it.
2025.
The boys don't have question, no question in the chat room. I'm sure they are overloaded and they don't even have questions to
This
ask.
kind of thing, you need to go and take it down. You need to sit down with your notes
Uh,
and take it in. I was particularly thrilled by the boy Timothy.
yeah,
Yeah, I was particularly thrilled by how the discipline of allowing himself to be mentored,
mentor. He allowed himself.
allowing himself to be led, turned him around to be a world-renowned leader at a
Absolutely.
young age.
At a young age.
He allowed himself to listen to the voice of his grandmother, his mother, under the leadership of Paul, and see how
Absolutely.
his
His
life
was
turned
changed.
around. So, discipline.
Thank you so much. I know your boys are going to school tomorrow, so we're going to release them to rest. Thank you so much, good David. We'll release you to rest, and we'll see you again
Thank you, sir.
on
See
Saturday.
you
God
tomorrow.
bless you for
God
always
bless you.
coming. We can't get tired
Thank
of
you.
hearing you. God
Yes,
honor
so
you.
Thank you.
come again and
Thank
again
you.
and again
Thank
and
you. I
again.
love to the
Amen.
family.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, Coach D. See you on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right,
Auntie
kids, we're
Ruthie.
back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West Africa time for your parents. Tell your parents tonight if there's any gift they will have for you this boy's day. Tomorrow is Word of the Boy Child. Though. Tomorrow, May 16 is Word Day of the Boy Child.
Yippee!
Please tell your parents that tomorrow they shoot something special for you. Something special. I don't want to hear story. Tell them. And they must be in the session by 3 p.m. and all fathers must be in the session by 4 p.m. West African time. So we have 2 hours for parents. All parents are 3 and all fathers are 4. Tell them they must be here. Coach Wendy Ologe will be here live and Coach Kule Ole will be here live.
Tomorrow is the day.
Tell your parents have a special gift for them. That's a special gift for the boys' day. All right, tomorrow, let it be. And we're back here at 6 p.m. Coach Truth is coming with fire tomorrow. Hey, now don't say I didn't tell you. Coach Truth is coming with fire. And after that, we'll have Coach Choli coming again.
Another
tomorrow.
fire.
Another fire.
Fire upon
Then on
fire.
Saturday is the grand finale.
Yes.
So tomorrow is also Kings Awake, third Friday of the month. Kings in the Academy, you know that. 10 p.m., not 11 p.m. 10 p.m. with African time, 10 to 11. Because after that, we're going to the hall to also do our final setup for the grand finale on Saturday. So 10 p.m. tomorrow is Kings Awake. All Kings, we're having a special IBC Kings Awake, 10 p.m. tomorrow after the session. So all parents must be here at 3 p.m. I think it has been an amazing
It has.
opening session, and I know your lives will never remain the same again.
Yes.
All right. What if you don't have any mentors? Well, that's why we have the academy here. If you're not in the boys' academy, please join us, and that's where you learn to be mentored and you understand so many things concerning you. So join the Boys Leadership Academy. Follow our handles, please. Tomorrow let's display our handles. Please are not following. Follow us Boys Leadership Academy, you see how to be part of us where you be mentored. Coach Ruth, what do you say as we close?
The International Boys Conference just got started.
Oh, yes.
But we are already pumped.
Absolutely.
Right? It's been an amazing first day. I am sure your notes is full. You have
yes.
a lot of lessons. But remember, any learning that doesn't transform to become actions does not do you any good.
Does not do you any good, actually.
Learning must be transformed to action before you profit from
Absolutely.
it. All right. Happy World Day of the Boy
Tomorrow,
Child
tell your schools,
to
oh.
our boys.
Everybody should celebrate in school. Tell them, all right? Tomorrow, everybody must celebrate you.
Parents, we
Let
have
them know.
lots of things you can
Yes,
do for your boys.
so-
You can go bike riding. with
Yes,
them.
back
You
riding.
can
Boys, what do you
do
want tomorrow?
Blocks with
Yes.
them. You can do a what's it called, bonfire.
Yes.
Evening or story time with
Special
your boys.
dinner.
You can do dinner, cook dinner with your
Buy
boys.
them sneakers.
You can buy them sneakers. You can take them out on an evening date.
Yes, boys, tell them what you want, all right?
And remember to pray for them.
Yes.
Very important.
So we're doubling this number tomorrow. Tell every parent of boy you know to be here tomorrow. Should be 1,000 at least tomorrow. Share the link, and let's get everybody joined. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for
It's been
being
a
here.
most amazing time. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.